Fact is, we buy homes in any condition. Maybe your home hasn't been updated in 20 or 30 years. No problem. Grandview will buy your home. Or maybe your belongings are stacked up to the ceiling and you just need to move on. Grandview will buy your home too. Not only do we buy homes in any condition, you don't have to lift a finger to sell your home. We'll give you a fair cash offer in 48 hours and close on the day you choose. Then only take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. The folks at Grandview understand your situation and will always treat you with dignity and respect. So sell your home as is today. Call the name you know and the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
Hey, Chicago, you're not still paying full price for eating out, are you? Seriously? Stop spending more money than you need to and start earning real cash back every time you eat out. Just download the free Get Upside app and get cash back at restaurants all over Chicago. Yeah, you heard me right. You can earn real cash back just for eating at your favorite places like Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, Protein Bar, Roti Mediterranean, and hundreds of other places.
I took my girl out for sushi date night and earned 27% cash back on the restaurant bill. Don't tell her.
Bought lunch for the office last week and earned like $15 cash back.
I hate cooking, so I eat out a lot. That's why I love Get Upside. It's a free app that literally gives you cash for eating out.
Download the free Get Upside app now. Users all over Chicago are earning about $35 cash a month. Use promo code RIDE for a $10 bonus on your first purchase. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other great brands. Earn cash back every time you eat out. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code RIDE for a $10 bonus. That's code RIDE.
Dr. Gorka here, and you know me. I am very cynical about products, especially those that claim to help people suffering from pain. So when I tell you that Relief Factor truly works, I want you to know that I mean it. I suffered from a stiff lower back for almost a decade, one so painful it made it difficult to kneel in church on Sundays. When I finally decided to give Relief Factor a try, I didn't ever imagine that I would find myself free of the pain, but that's what happened. Now I take Relief Factor every day. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it worked for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick start for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference.
AM560 The Answer. This live program is sponsored by Safer USA OT Media Group. It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. Our guest in the studio tonight is Gary Rabine. Gary is a conservative businessman and job creator who is running for governor of Illinois. To participate in tonight's show, call our studio at 312-642-5600 or watch and interact on YouTube On Target Radio. And so you don't miss our shows, remember to subscribe and like our video.
Gary, it's great to have you on the show. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing spectacular.
Spectacular. I'm glad to hear that. I think we've got some things that we want to talk about, certainly, but I think your story, how you got to where you are, if you can abbreviate it somewhat, is very interesting because you're not a whole lot younger than I am. A little, maybe, but not a whole lot. We grew up in a period, let's let that slide, but we grew up in a period when people went to college. They were told, if you want to make something of yourself, you go to college. And you had a different opinion.
Absolutely. You know, I grew up around a hardworking father that did everything to make a buck, factory work and then construction services and stuff. And I admired what my dad did, and I admired his work ethic. And I didn't like school so much. I worked hard. When I worked hard in school, I did okay, but I was there for the sports. I was a wrestler and a football player, and I like sports a lot. So for me, I wasn't preparing myself for a college education, kind of maybe purposefully, right? By the time I was ready to graduate high school, my buddies laughed at me in a conversation we had one day around a study hall table. They asked where I was going to college, and most of them knew I wasn't going anywhere. They just wanted to hear my answer. and most of them were all going to college. I mean, really, almost all my friends were going to college on my football team, my wrestling team. And I said, I'm not going to college. I'm either going to do landscaping or paving, and I want to do my own thing. I want to start my own business someday. And so one of my buddies said, so you're going to be a ditch digger, Rabine? The world needs ditch diggers. This is a year after Caddyshack came out, so it was a very popular line. And so, yeah, so nowadays, actually, I have a podcast called Ditch Digger CEO, and it's about my rags to riches story. So,
do you know what became of them after they went to college?
You know, some of them were pretty successful, but, you know, I don't know that any of them were really strong entrepreneurs. They think you know, I have friends of mine, they're lawyers and doctors and
you certainly made it work.
And yeah, the ditch digger thing worked out well for me.
And the other thing I think that's interesting is when you work for somebody who inherits a company or buys into a company, fine. But when you work for somebody that actually has been out and done it.
Well, it's really easy to lead, too, when you're asking people to do things that you know how to do and you can do yourself, right? I mean, I know, you know, my friends of mine, they're in the private equities world, they buy companies. They come in, they buy a company, they're the majority owner, and they tell everybody what to do. The respect that they get is not very good initially and maybe never if they don't actually get their hands dirty and respect what goes on in the field to really do the job. So our businesses are not easy businesses. We do concrete paving, asphalt paving. We grew from nothing in 1981 to one of the biggest in our space in the country. We pave parking lots in all states in concrete and asphalt. We do it super fast and super high quality. And,
can you fix the roads in Illinois?
You know, that's something I don't actually talk about a lot is the fact that my knowledge of infrastructure and pavement longevity and pothole mitigation is stronger than any governor will ever be. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know, it's funny that you even say that because Germany is roughly the same latitude that we are. They have the same weather we do. Have you ever been to Germany?
Yes, sir.
The roads are like glass. They don't have potholes.
The Autobahn.
So Dave, actually, when I wanted to be the best in the world at what I did, and that was my goal, to be the best in the world, I seeked out the best engineering in the world, and guess where I found it?
Yeah, exactly.
I found it. I'm very good friends with some engineers in Germany, in Latvia, and in Israel, where I found the best engineering I could find in pavement engineering anywhere in the world, and we took that engineering and we brought it back to America. And we allowed our customers to have this type of engineering for their pavements, and that's how we became very, very successful in national paving. As we gave away engineering that nobody else had, and it was basically mixed designs in concrete pavements and asphalt pavements that aren't common in America, and it worked out really well.
Well, more power to you. One of the things I know that is kind of a bugaboo for you is public safety. That's a big issue that you deal with all the time, and as I said earlier in the other room, all three of us have at some level had law enforcement experience. And so I'd like to just talk a little bit about your take on public safety in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, so without great public safety, I look at two groups of people that I admire the most in this world, and it's our veterans and it's our police. I mean, without those, I mean, our firemen as well, our first responders too. But without our vets, we don't have this great country, America. And without our police, I couldn't do what I've done to grow the business I've done and create this, be part of this Illinois American dream. You know, we do a lot of work all over the place, and when we work in the Inglewood neighborhood and Austin neighborhoods and some tough neighborhoods, you know, we get stuff stolen. And I got to tell you, police are there for us to watch out for us, like, you know, very expeditiously, always in the past, not so much lately, not so much the last couple of years. And what happens? We end up we can't find teammates that want to work down there. We end up having to bid too high because we can't find enough people to work in those areas, which is a sad thing. And then we're working on roads along busy roads. Who's there to protect us? The police. The police are there with their lights on, making sure that we get in and out of our properties that we're working in and out of, our parking lots. And again, without police, we don't have a lot going for us, I'll tell you. So I respect our police more than many people maybe, but without them, we're lost. So we have to change this environment. When we see what's going on in the city of Chicago, it's sickening. You know, 5 times the amount of murders than New York City, an unsafe place, right? New York City's
Sure.
Not safe. We have 5 times more murder.
Yeah. You're listening to AM560 The Answer. This is On Target Radio. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. Our guest this evening is Gary Rabine, a gubernatorial candidate going into the primary. And we've been talking about public safety. As a governor, look, there are states as well as communities where the leader, the mayor, the governor, whoever it is, are patently anti-law enforcement. I mean, when you allow in your city, a major city, for people to take over 6 square blocks of your city, and you think that's peaceful, what does that say?
Weakness. It says weakness. It says either you're a Marxist and you believe that you should live in a lawless society, Marxist, communist, whatever you want to call that, or you're weak. And I believe in Illinois we have a weak leader and a governor that sleeps fine at night as young people are being murdered in our streets every day. How many shootings do we have this weekend? The number was
30
big.
something, wasn't
it? This morning it was big. It was 25 or 30. So I don't know what it was all in all, but it was a terrible weekend again. And again,
there's still a few hours left.
This is true. Our governor, it sleeps fine at night. I don't sleep that much. It is. I like to work, but I got to tell you, I won't sleep at all if there are murders going on like we have today. If we have people coming across our borders through a sanctuary state that we have today, and drug trafficking, human trafficking, I'm not sleeping.
I think it's fair to say, is it not, that attitude is top down? In other words, if you're governor and you just don't put up with it, eventually, does it not filter its way down? Because cops feel like nobody has their back.
So Dave, again, if you're successful in business and you have problems in your businesses, whatever those problems are, if you're the CEO, the founder, the owner, whatever it is, or you're a leader, you show that you're willing to go to bat. You're ready to get your hands dirty, and if you don't do that, you can't do that. Things really fall apart, and that's what we have today. We have leaders that are weak leaders, and that's what we have. With weak leaders, we have bad results.
Yeah, it's the mayor. I just find it hard to believe that the mayor of the city of Chicago says, I have no intention to defund the police while she is defunding the police. How do you beat that?
You can't. She's not out for the best interest of the police. She's got the handcuffs on the criminals instead of, on the police instead of the criminals. Yeah. And that's our problem, right?
Yeah. We have a call from Carl. Carl, how you doing this evening? Hi. You got about a minute.
Okay. I have so much to say. Oh, Gary, you're going to get my vote because, and I love the recommendation from Charlie Cook from Turning Point USA.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Charlie's awesome.
And also, I mean, I hope sooner or later the red wave has to come because we got to, I guess, you were saying you got to take the bull by the horn to clean up this mess, and how are we going to get our state in, fiscal sanity? And we just can't keep spending money on schools because we produce zero results. I mean, when is this madness going to end? Not a lot of people can go to college. I didn't go to college, but I'm working my butt off as much as I can. Can't sleep until I'm hoping you will win because you're going to get my vote because I don't know about your other 3 or 4 challengers, but I hope we're pulling for you, Gary.
I appreciate the phone call. Thank you. We're going to have to take a break here. You got a quick response?
Hey, yeah, no, absolutely. It's just like business. We got to bring more taxpayers into our state, more customers into our state instead of chasing them away, Carl. And that's what we're going to be doing.
Okay. So when we come back, we're going to have to take a break. When we come back, though, another real thing that you're into is job creation. And we talked about that before the show. So we want to get in there and kind of dig down a little bit because that's the biggest problem we have in Illinois right now, in my opinion, is job creation. It's bringing people back into the state.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk a lot about that when we return. You're listening on Target Radio, and this is AM560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Does anybody ride the CTA anymore that you know of? I don't know.
My kids do all the time.
Really? How is that? How has their experience been of late?
Well, I told them don't get involved when you see a fight, run away, don't try to save the day.
I would have to be in full Bernie Getz combat wear to get on the CTA.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM560. The Answer.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invite you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've had a very physical life in the construction business. I've just been noticing myself slowing down quite a bit. And it was just catching up to me, and started to take you guys, and I'm perking up a little bit. So I like it.
I love your product. I've been taking it now for 2.5 weeks. I love it.
I don't get tired anymore in the afternoon. I feel pretty awake all day long, and my wife loves it too.
I absolutely love it. It's helped us all sorts of things. So it's wonderful.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
You own or run a business and you need printing. This is what you're going to hear. Print Smart.
Print Smart.
Print Smart. Print Smart is the #1 choice for all types of business printing. For decades, this local company has been doing printing for companies nationwide. Small projects, big projects, every printing need for business. Print Smart. You're not a chain store churn and burn. You're a partner, and your needs are #1.
This is Mike Burke of Print Smart Printing. I personally guarantee your satisfaction with your print project. I can prove it. Let's work on your next print job together. See what it's like to work with a good local printer where you're #1. You'll see why we have lifetime customers and why we're the printer for business.
Business printing.
Print Smart.
Graphic design help.
Print Smart.
Every print project.
Print Smart.
PrintSmartPrinting.com. PrintSmartPrinting.com. 630-434-2000. 630-434-2000.
Print Smart.
Chicagoland's business printer. Print Smart.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM560 The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
It is official. Illinois has a new budget. Governor J.B. Pritzker signed the state's budget.
Illinois has a new budget for...
What does Governor Pritzker's budget mean for you?
J.B. froze the gas tax. It means relief for us, not the oil companies.
It means lower property taxes. J.B. doubled the tax rebate for everyone.
It means more savings at the checkout counter. J.B. eliminated the state grocery tax, helping us pay less for the things we buy every day.
J.B. Pritzker, lowering costs, helping Illinois families.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's J.B. Pritzker's newest, latest, greatest YouTube ad that I keep seeing play on YouTube TV every few minutes. Kind of did some calculations on that. As far as that goes, he's really not saving you any money. So if you think this whole billions of dollars you're going to get and everything is what you're going to get, it's not. If you think about it, we looked up the average amount of fuel that a person uses in a year, and then we doubled that to 2 cars because everybody's got 2 cars in every garage, right? You get a whopping $49.44, and that was being generous with the 3 cents because I think you said maybe it was
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
So it's less than $50 for the entire year.
And you calculated based on a Ford F-150, not like a small car like
Right.
some of us have.
Yeah, so that's the data I found from the Bureau of Transportation.
And this is like one cog in a wheel of let's destroy the economy in Illinois. I mean, we talked about this before the show. The taxes are ridiculous. I mean, if you're a governor, how do you even tackle this?
So this is Pritzker propaganda, right? This is election year Pritzker propaganda. That's all it is. I mean, this is a temporary thing. Nothing's permanent here. It's a couple cents after we've got the second highest gas tax in the country. Where he's going to give us 2 cents that's coming, 2.5 cents that's supposed to be coming for this coming year. He's not going to charge us that. How nice is he? Okay, and then he's going to demand that every gas station put these stickers on every pump, or they get fined $500 a day if they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not America in my eyes. Okay.
No.
Is he providing the stickers?
No, I don't know about that.
You probably have to buy them. You probably have to buy the thing.
No, they probably are providing the stickers, but yeah, that sounds like Cuba or something.
But either way, so I mean, it's ridiculous, and smart people can see through it. Okay, when he didn't get his income tax increase, that would have been $3.5 billion. Okay, the income tax increase that he did not get after he spent $50 million of his own money trying to tax us more.
Yeah.
Okay. Santa Claus here we're talking about. All right. All right. Now he didn't get that, but guess what? He swore he was going to get us, didn't he? Him and his
Absolutely.
his lieutenant governor told us they're going to get us, and they did. We've got over $3 billion more of additional taxes that they've created with over 24 taxes and fees that they've increased or created since they didn't get that. Okay. So now in the election year, he's going to come back and give us a little slice of that back. Just to say what a nice guy is, right?
Have you heard the AOL ad? Okay, but put on your seatbelt.
Remember that sound? That's how we were all using the internet the last time Illinois got a credit rating upgrade. And that's why I've been fighting to get our state's finances back on track.
You've got mail.
That's so terrible because, I mean, that's kind of how a lot of us are still using the internet because the infrastructure in Illinois is terrible.
It's pandering. I mean, it's just it can't happen.
So when we look at this, all right, he talked about we're in better fiscal condition now because of his leadership. Okay, because of his losing leadership, right? We've got more money from we're one of the most funded states from the federal government through COVID. Okay, because we're one of the biggest losers.
Yeah.
Right. All right, and even then, we could not pay back the $4.5 billion that we took from the federal government for the unemployment insurance. $4.5 billion we borrowed, and we burned up $1 billion also of our rainy day fund. So it's really $5.5 billion. We then, with all the money we got, the 16 to $20 billion we got, plus all the other money we got, 180 billion altogether. If we look at what we got because of increased wages, increased profit for businesses, right? If you look at it all, it's a big number. And we still couldn't pay back the loan that we got from the federal government. So businesses today in Illinois now have about $2 billion. It's 1.7 plus the $1 billion that we didn't pay, that we rainy day fund, $2.7 billion that businesses now are responsible for on the unemployment side of things, right? This is not going to come easy for businesses that have been hurt for the last 2 years. Many put out of business with his bad leadership.
So wait, are you saying that, these bills that he's saying he's paying off and everything is basically like we got a new credit card and did like a balance transfer or something?
Absolutely. I mean, Illinois is a state that uses loan money as income. Now, we can't do that in our homes. We can't do it in our business.
Sure.
We're loaning money, calling it income. And we've increased our budget to $46 billion, which is unbelievable.
You're listening to On Target Radio. This is AM560 The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. Our guest this evening is Gary Rabine. We're talking about the budget and what he will do as the next governor of the state of Illinois. Here's the thing about it. They keep adding to the budget, but they never take anything out of the budget.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love how every year he comes out with, this is a balanced budget, but they never cut any costs. They never can find any savings anywhere, which is completely ridiculous.
Well, again, balanced budget, as long as you keep stealing from the job creators, right, who keep leaving. Right, I'm a job creator. I'm very passionate about job creation, and we're putting more and more stress on businesses and small business across our state like no other state in the country. We can't keep doing that. We lost 122,000 people last year. The estimates are somewhere between 50 and 60,000 jobs last year left us. Right? Okay, that's got to stop. We're not going to survive if we keep pushing our taxpayers out. When 122,000 people leave, the estimate that I'm seeing right now is somewhere in the neighborhood of $7 billion of taxable income that leaves. At 15% that Illinois charges, that's over $1 billion. $1 billion of taxes that are going to leave. Where do we get that? The marijuana industry brings us to like $124 million a year.
What the public doesn't seem to understand is the highest income level leaves, same tax burden. So that tax burden drops to the next lowest level, which is harder for them until they leave, and it drops to the next level. We're ending up like Detroit.
Absolutely.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, until we're competitive on regulations to small business, until we're competitive on property owners, on property taxes, okay? And we're the highest on all those. We're the most highest regulated state in the country today. We're the highest property tax for commercial properties and the second highest for residential properties. We have 3 buckets of tax theft in Illinois. Those are the 3. And it's $4 or $5 trillion of lost equity for Illinoisans. Now, we can get that back, but we got to be competitive again. We got to get our property taxes down closer to the average of the country, which is 1% of the value. So $1,000 on a $100,000 property. We got to get it close to that, and we got to get a regulatory environment back down in line so businesses can survive and prosper and do well in this great state of Illinois.
It's small business really is the majority of what happens in the state of Illinois. But I think probably around the country. The middle class businessman running hot dog stands or whatever they have, that makes up the bulk of the taxpayers. And they're the people who can least afford to go through this. So we're going to have to take another break. When we come back, I want to get your opinion. What do you say to the small business owner who's sitting there going, I don't know if I can keep doing this? I mean, we can't afford to keep losing them. Otherwise, we literally will turn into Detroit.
Well, and you're talking about the ones that are still here.
That haven't left yet.
We lost a lot during this whole
pandemic.
And
we're bringing them back.
So that's what I want to talk to when we come back. And we also want to get into another big thing here is property value. And I'm in the process of refinancing my house, and I get that completely. So those are 2 things I think that we really want to spend some time talking about. I just want to throw out an interesting thing, though, before we take the break, and that is this. It's sort of a non sequitur, but we'll stick it in here. Richard Irvin, has spent already $11.9 million to be governor. Pritzker so far has spent $17.1 million on his campaign. Actually, he does have a primary, doesn't he? Isn't there somebody primary?
Yes.
Yeah,
there's a woman.
If he doesn't turn up in the Chicago River, I don't think he'll make it. But
it's a woman, actually.
But what does it cost to become governor? I mean, my God, look at it. This is so out of whack. It's unbelievable. So I just want to throw that out. Right now, Irvin is the highest one, and we do want to talk about Irvin when we come back too.
And during the break, think about the fact that Irvin's ads always play right after Pritzker's ads. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
I ponder that deeply. Anyway, we're going to have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get back into a little bit more on small businesses because that's a big deal. And we want to talk about what Irvin did, was it yesterday or day before in Lake County?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. That's going to be interesting for some people, I think. All that and more when we return with On Target Radio. And you're listening to AM560, The Answer.
In November of 2020, the Democrats were up to no good. They were planning to pull off the greatest scheme of election fraud never before seen. They didn't think we would catch them, but we did. 2,000 Mules is a film that tells the story of the ones who tried to hijack a presidential election. You'll see the video surveillance. You'll see the tracking of their cell phones as the mules go box to box trying to steal the election. Watch the movie and decide for yourself. Attend a limited release premiere of 2,000 Mules on May 2nd or May 4th. Check your local listings and get your tickets today at 2000mules.com. That's the number 2000mules.com.
Sal Giangrasso, an advisor to Ukrainian President Zelensky, says he met with the U.S. Secretaries of State and Defense as Ukraine presses the West for more powerful weapons as the Russian assault continues.
In the besieged city of Mariupol, Russian troops are reportedly trying to storm a steel plant where more than 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers and civilians are trapped underground. Ukraine's deputy prime minister calling on the United Nations to demand a ceasefire in Mariupol in order to create new humanitarian evacuation routes.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Kyiv. French President Emmanuel Macron comfortably won a second term today and thanked his supporters.
Merci, merci.
Marine Le Pen conceded defeat but still scored her best ever electoral showing. Ross Chastain wins the NASCAR Cup Series Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. America's listening to Fox News.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all.
There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Hi, this is Pastor Calvin from Christian Liberty Academy in Arlington Heights. Would you send your child to a school that taught 2 + 2 = 5? Why then would you send your child to a school that teaches girls can be boys and boys can be girls, or that humans evolved from apes, or that children should apologize or be embarrassed for their skin color, or teaches sexual perversion to children? Get your children out of godless government schools. We can help. For over 50 years, we have operated a Christian school in Arlington Heights, and we have served hundreds of thousands of families locally and across our nation, and even many foreign countries through our homeschool program. We have pioneered the modern homeschool movement, and we can help you from a single book to a complete curriculum or an on-campus enrollment. Visit ChristianLiberty.com to learn more or to schedule a tour of our excellent 12-acre facility in Arlington Heights. Take action today. Visit ChristianLiberty.com.
Are you a real estate investor looking to refinance one or more of your properties? Most lenders only work with cookie-cutter W-2 borrowers. At Cash Call Mortgage, we have loans designed specifically for investment properties. We qualify customers based on the cash flow from the investment property. Borrowers can get up to $2.5 million. That's right, $2.5 million. No tax returns or employment verification needed for our investment property loans, and absolutely no lender or broker fees. If you're a real estate investor looking to refinance a mortgage on one or more of your investment properties, give Cash Call Mortgage a try. To see if you qualify, visit cashcallmortgage.com or call now, 800-940-7998. That's 800-940-7998. 800-940-7998.
Cash Call Mortgage is a DBA of Impact Mortgage Corp. NMLS ID 128231. Not all applicants will qualify. Equal housing lender. Licensed by California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Residential Mortgage Lending Act license number 4131083. Not licensed in all states including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions, or visit cashcallmortgage.com.
One of the things we have learned in the past year, technology is a must. You must have good data and cell service inside your building. Do you have bad service? Let's fix that. This is Kelly Piles. My company is PC Net Services. We fix that bad data and cellular connection inside your building and stop the complaints. It's not as complicated as you might think, but it does make a difference. We work with all major cellular carriers and data communications companies across the nation. We can improve your cellular and data signal in your building with every carrier. No more dropped calls, no more complaints. First responders, firefighters, and government agencies have used us to create a better cellular signal inside their building. We could do the same for you. A veteran-owned company, PC Net Services, connecting you to the world.
Get better cell service in your building, no matter which carrier. For a free analysis, call PC Net Services, 815-545-4439. 815-545-4439.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM560 The Answer with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
And we're back with more on Target Radio. David's headphones don't seem to be working.
Oh.
But we wanted to get back on the topic of job creation.
Yeah, so I will be the best job creation governor that we've ever seen. I've been a very passionate job creator for 40 years, and I've been involved in a thing called Job Creators Network since the beginning. I was a founder in it 12 years ago, and we've been fighting bad regulation across America for 12 years. The granddaddy of them all was last September, October, we got involved. We picked a fight with Biden on the vaccine mandate, on the 100 employer or more vaccine mandate. Mm-hmm. It took us a while. We went through the court system. We ended up losing at the 6th circuit, And then the good news is that the Supreme Court took it. Kavanaugh took the case, and on January 14th, we won, and we eliminated that crazy mandate that was for private businesses. For my employees, and as well as 80 million working people across America. So it was a big deal. It was a lot of fun to be part of it.
That's awesome.
It was expensive, and it was a little bit grueling, but it was great to win it.
I had a wardrobe malfunction, which is why I sort of blanked out at the beginning here, but I'm back. I just want to bring up this thing that happened yesterday, just to show you how the politics of this is going. Irvin, who is the mayor of Aurora, shows up. They were having a straw poll in Lake County, right? Yeah. And I think you had to pay $25 to get into it, something like that. Yep. And then you could vote, and they were going to determine which gubernatorial candidate, was ahead. And Irvin showed up. You know the story? You want to?
Yeah, so I got there late. So I went to an amazing event earlier in the morning at Schaumburg Township. And actually, I got the news just recently that Joe Felici and the team there basically endorsed Aaron Delmar and myself as their candidates for governor. So that's pretty cool. They're a great organization. So we went there first. The downside of that is we went last speaking. So a lot of people voted before we got there. We didn't pay people off, and we didn't bus anybody in. So we didn't win this thing, unfortunately, and it's not the end of the world because it was fixed like much of Chicago politics, especially when we look at Irvin, having a busload of people, a mask, come in and get their free tickets to go.
He had over 100 people.
Well,
did they have masks on?
And they did. Yeah, not just that. Okay, not just that those people came out the bus. They also had somebody handing out tickets to anybody walking in, paid voting tickets with Irvin's name marked on them already. So they didn't have to pay their $25.
Didn't get confused.
It was crazy. I mean, I've never seen it like in my life. But hey, we expect things.
I used to have a friend who said, "If you're not cheating, you're not trying." So
yeah,
apparently you're just not trying, Gary.
I said that in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
So, words of wisdom for the small guy, mom and pop business that they're seriously looking at. I don't know that I can keep doing this for another year. A lot of them have left.
A lot of my friends have left. I've got many friends that have mid-sized businesses that are going to leave if I don't win or somebody like me doesn't straighten the state out. I am very, very, very confident that there's methods to cure this. Other states have done this before. We can look at so many examples, and I have mentors in other states that have turned states around. I've got advisors that I use from other states. Indiana did an amazing job, Mitch Daniels and his team. Tennessee's done an amazing job turning Tennessee around, right? Florida's like humming, of course, while we're dying here, all right? States around us are kicking our butts. They're eating our lunch, and we're okay with it. These crazy, weak leaders are okay with it. I'm not. I'm a very competitive person. When I win, we're all going to win. Guarantee you.
It's really, if you think about it, it's Cook County. It's like a balance, a scale. It's Cook County, and they offset the entire rest of the state of Illinois. And I don't know how you deal with that, particularly given that there's a Democratic Congress.
Well, you know what? I'm not one that's going to call anybody out on the way to winning this seat. Okay, this governor's seat. I'm confident that there's people on both sides of the fence, Republican, Democrat alike, in the House and the Senate that are bought. Okay, my thing is I have common sense and I can't be bought. I tell you that doesn't sell well to the billionaires in Chicagoland area to endorse me and put money behind me, but that's okay. I want to be endorsed and supported by people that know they align with me, and I won't be a puppet for anybody. So either way, when I say this, when you look at Springfield. I know there's a lot of people down there that actually want to do the right thing, but we have a system that allows them to be bought legally, right? And there's so many conflicts of interest that if we cleared those up, I think there's good people that wouldn't breach them, right? If they were just illegal. You think about it, any of our legislators could leave, or they could be done tomorrow. They could retire, they can step out and into a lobbyist role the next day. Okay. Yeah. That's not common. I mean, cooling off periods are very common in states across the country, not here. So there's many things like that if changed, we have a better system. I'm very confident that I've been dealing with Democrats and Republicans all my life, far left, far right, and I can get along with about anybody. We'll find common ground, and we'll move forward, in my opinion, in a direction to save the state instead of allow it to crash.
Okay, we're going to have to take another break. When we come back, I want to talk about property values. That's a big deal because that's meat and potatoes on the table. So we're going to talk about growing our property values back, how we're going to do that, and that should attract people back into the state. So all that and more when we return with On Target Radio. And you're listening to AM560, The Answer. Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I drive a truck for a living, and I'm gone every week, all week long, and I know I don't eat right, and it really helps a lot. It's awesome. I'll never stop taking it.
I feel more energetic, and I think as you keep taking it, the better you get, the better you feel with it. And I'm a truck driver, so I need that energy, and I feel the energy.
Balance of Nature, it's working great. Lost 24 pounds. My muscles are good. It's so much easier now getting in and out of that truck. I'm not sore. It's just amazing. I'm really happy with the product.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM560 The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
And we're back with more On Target Radio. Our guest this evening is Gary Rabine, the gubernatorial candidate in the upcoming election. Property values. This is kind of all over the place because I just had my house, an assessment done on my house, and it was higher than I thought it was going to be. And yet there are people that are getting hosed down. I'm not quite sure what the common denominator is in all this.
You know what? If you have a wife or a girlfriend, or you Gretchen, you have a husband, right? And you overtax them. Gretchen, you come home at night and you beat your husband up, and you're drunk most of the time you do it. All right?
That's right.
You're overtaxing that relationship. There's not.
That's terrible. You must have a camera in my house.
There's not a lot of relationship value there for that husband of yours. Okay? It's the same thing with taxes. As we beat up our taxpayers, our homeowners, and our property owners with high tax, guess what? They're going to leave eventually. They're abused. Okay? It's called tax theft. It's not really taxation anymore. When we're 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than the competitive state, it's no longer taxation. I've got a building in Schaumburg, Illinois, a beautiful building, okay, my corporate headquarters. We are charged right now at 15% of the property value. Our property taxes are 15% of the property value. That's not seen anywhere in the country besides right here, okay? That's sickening, it's wrong, and it's tax theft. And I'll tell you, I see homeowners across our state that are paying 5 to 10% Now, I'm paying 4% where my house is at in Woodstock, Illinois, but I'm seeing 5 to 10% even on homeowners. We're renting from the state. This becomes a socialist, communist state where you're renting your property from the state. It's wrong. When I'm the governor, we're gonna roll back property taxes to be competitive with the rest of the country, and we'll gain value back again. We'll treat our property owners right, and we won't be beating them up anymore, right? We're not gonna be treating them like drunken spouses, okay? And they're gonna gain value again.
But that's great to say, and I don't mean to put you on the spot. But that sounds good. But as a governor of a state that is rigidly controlled by the Democrats, rigidly, I mean, look what they just did. They passed a gun law bill that they knew would be unpopular at 4 a.m. They kept them down there when nobody was awake, and they passed a bill. I mean, how do you deal with that?
So if you don't have, in our businesses that are successful, and many of my friends that are ultra successful, doing things that nobody else has done in their businesses, they have a moonshot. They have a goal that other people don't believe in. The goal here is we need to have people moving back to our state again. We need to have job creation in our state again. To do that, we have to have these goals, and the goals are being competitive again. Be competitive again. That's it. We don't have to be the cheapest, the lowest property tax. We're talking the average, not the cheapest. We can get to average, because other states have done it before. Now, do you have a lot of challenges there? Yes, you do. We have an unfunded pension deficit that's bigger than any state in the country. Okay, you have to address that. We've got over 6,000 layers of government. You have to address these things, of course, but you better have the right goals, and you better have a platform that you've seen done somewhere else. Again, Indiana's done it, Tennessee's done it, Florida's done. States across our country have done these things before, and we can as well.
When you walk into the governor's mansion, would you live in the governor's mansion?
Absolutely. I've never been in a house like that before.
They just remodeled it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. What would be the first thing that you're going to, not in the house, you check for the towels, but as a governor, what would be your first priority?
You know what? In our businesses, we have very, very good safety records in our business. We have very low mod rates because our safety is very high standard. Of our core values, we demand safety first. Okay, in our state, if we can't demand safety for every citizen of the state, right? And if we can't change this crazy crime that we have going on, we lose, right? Nothing else matters. We could be the most successful financially state in the country, but if we have the murders going on like we have today, if we have drug trafficking and human trafficking coming into the sanctuary state that we have today, we're losers. Okay, that's the first thing we have to do. We have to go after this crazy bill that Pritzker signed. And in 2023, the rest of the bill goes in place, which means no trespassing. You're not going to arrest anybody for trespassing in 2023. Okay, how crazy is that? We're also not going to have cash bail in 2023. That's never worked out well before. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Not for us.
we need to address those things right away. Yeah. Crime is the most important thing, and we've got to be able to recall crazy Soros-backed state's attorneys like this crazy Kim Fox.
Yeah.
So here's the big question of the show, because many of our listeners are gun owners. The FOID card, that in this state, that is a really, really sore point. And just the whole Second Amendment issue. The legislature keeps pounding away. What's your philosophy on the FOID card?
I'm a huge fan of constitutional carry. So the FOID is ridiculous. It's not necessary.
Well, that was short.
That's sweet.
So
I'll take that.
Yeah.
So
really.
let me just throw this out. It's not really a question, but you can agree or disagree. When you make us more like Indiana, one thing I would just say, please, can we keep our better rest areas on the highways than Indiana's rest areas? Just eat, you know what?
You know what, Indiana, think about this. 15 years ago, Indiana, nobody would want to go there for business, to live, or anything, right?
Yeah.
And they'd always come here first for business, for anything. And it's a reverse thing now. Maybe the rest areas aren't as good as ours, but they're beating us at every other thing.
No, I know, and you can see. I mean, their taxes are very, very low there, and that's obviously something that they've neglected and have just made a decision that we're not going to worry about it because they really haven't.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I just saw a news story where Illinois State Police arrested somebody last night for 2 sexual assaults in a rest area in Illinois. This person committed 2 sexual assaults in the rest area, was a felon in possession of a firearm, et cetera, $300,000 bail. That was it.
Oh, boy.
All right. So we answered the Ford question. That's what I want to make sure we covered. We're going to have to take a break. When we come back, you have action items, yes?
I do. I have the Millionaires Edition tonight.
Okay. We have a Millionaires Edition of action items, and then we'll ask Gary how people can get a hold of him to contribute millions of dollars to his campaign.
Yes.
All that and more when we return with On Target Radio. And you're listening to AM560, The Answer.
If there's one thing we've realized over the last couple of years, it's how badly we need space. Space for a home office, space for family, and sometimes space for ourselves. But you may not have realized the space you already have. It's your basement. Maybe you've been dreaming of a family room, a home theater, or a new office. Your solution is Matrix Home Solutions. Just like their name, they have the solution to your space needs. Visit matrixhomesolutions.com to see their basement renovation projects. You'll be amazed at the transformation you could be enjoying. Right now, they're offering up to 50% off basement installations. Hop on your device and look them up at matrixhomesolutions.com and schedule a free quote. Plus, AM560 listeners can receive an extra 10% off with code AM560. There's no better time than right now. Free quote, up to 50% off your basement installation, and an additional 10% off with code AM560 at matrixhomesolutions.com. That's matrixhomesolutions.com.
Hi, it's Sean Thompson. As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help you get the best night's sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Now Mike's changing the game with his 6-piece towel set. This set is made with USA cotton, making it extremely absorbent, yet still providing that soft feel you look for in a towel. I can't tell you how much I love mine. This set comes with 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, 2 washcloths, typically retailing for about $110. But for a limited time now on this show, you can get this set for an incredible price of $39.99 with promo code LIBERTY. You heard me right, $39.99, but that's only for a limited time when you use my promo code LIBERTY. And remember, all My Pillow products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-489-0201, use my promo code LIBERTY, or go to mypillow.com and make sure to use my promo code LIBERTY. 1-800-489-0201, promo code LIBERTY.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
Join the Republicans of Maine Township for their relaunch event Thursday, April 28th at 6 p.m. at Café Le Cave in Des Plaines. Your $100 donation includes keynotes by Todd Ricketts of the Chicago Cubs and Sean Morrison, Cook County Republican chairman, a red carpet, live music, live auction, hors d'oeuvres, and wine. Tickets are available at romt.us/relaunch_celebration. And I did post this on our Facebook page earlier today. Break some birds at the USO Sporting Clay Classic, Friday, May 13th at 11 a.m. at the Northbrook Sports Club in Haynesville. Squads of 4 shooters are $1,000. Go to usosportingclays.org for information and tickets. I also put this on our Facebook page earlier today. Safer USA is now offering classes in Geneva, Waterman, and Bonfield. Sunday, May 15th, long-range rifle, taught by Ed Janka. Tuesday, May 17th, Illinois concealed carry renewal class, taught by David. Saturday and Sunday, May 21st and 22nd, Illinois concealed carry 1. This 16-hour class will be taught by David and meets the training requirements for Illinois concealed carry as well as Florida and Arizona. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
Thank you. You have concealed carry?
I do. Yes, I conceal carry.
You want to share what your favorite gun is?
You know what? I got a bunch of them.
Oh, come on.
I like the little 360 I got. I like also like 38 though too.
Cool.
They're fun.
So right now, somebody's sitting out in the audience, and they're going, Rabine, I gotta send them $100,000. How do I get a hold of you?
You know, that person called me directly. Here's my phone number. Here's my home number. No, you know what? RabineForGovernor.com, and we're finishing strong. We're going to be on TV the rest of the way out. We're going to win this race, and it's going to be fun. But I got to tell you, we need more volunteers anywhere we can get them. We've got a lot of fun jobs to do and a lot of great people to work around. So
It's interesting you say that because Gretchen and I were talking about television and the gubernatorial race earlier today, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just saying that, Irvin's on television, Sullivan's on television, and Rabine and Bailey are not on television.
We haven't been seeing it, so it's in the plan.
yeah, no, it's in. We're up actually. We've been up the last couple of days, and we're up all the way out now. So I'm not funded by these billionaires. Okay, so I've got my own investment, and one of the only people with my own neck on the line, and a lot of my friends. So I have a lot of good friends that are behind me as well. And we've got a lot of dry powder that we saved for the last 2 months.
What do you see as the toughest thing in this election for you? What's the toughest thing?
Toughest thing for me is to see a Republican Party, in my opinion, that's not so strong and they're not out for the best interest of all the players. Okay,
Amen.
That's probably the crazy thing that I never imagined. And I live and learn and I get through these things. It bothers me for about 10 seconds. I get over it and move on.
But it's true. It's dirty. A good friend of ours just got totally destroyed. I mean, people are vicious and.
Well, can I give you one example?
Yeah.
In Springfield, Illinois, a Republican Party leader was down there, and the Saginaw County was down there, and Charlie Kirk was there as a speaker. Charlie Kirk, I was one of the founders in Turning Point USA. He's one of my very dear friends. And so when he tells the story, he mentions Gary Rabine as one of the founders with him. Okay, and so he was told not to say Gary Rabine when he was up there. Not at all. Can't do it. If you say Gary Rabine, you won't be paid. Okay. This is all right. Then this Irvin guy. All right. I don't even know his first name really. I mean, okay. His lieutenant governor got to speak because she was from there, so she got to speak, and she talked for 10 minutes about Irvin, the Incredible. Okay. Yeah. Which is crazy. How is it that all of us other candidates didn't get to say a word, and Charlie Kirk didn't even say my name in his story?
I actually heard about that. That's making news too.
That's what we have in the Republican Party in Illinois.
Well, Gary, we really thank you for coming on tonight. It's been great having you on.
Thank you very much. RabineForGovernor.com.
All right, that's all the time we have for On Target Radio. Be sure to listen next week when we'll be covering more red meat issues that affect your life.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important